Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Jeff. I'll be moderating our event. We have 6 institutions joining us this evening, and we're very excited for you to be here. We appreciate your time and attendance. Each university will present their information, and then at any point during the evening, you can ask questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. If they don't get back to you before the end of the session for some reason, they will get a copy of that question and can follow up with you afterwards. That being said, your microphones are turned off, your cameras are muted, and we will get started. The first university tonight is the University of Pittsburgh.
Great. Let me share my screen quick. Let's make sure that this goes right. All right, well, welcome. Greetings from the University of Pittsburgh's Office of Admissions and Financial Aid. My name is Tom Becker. I'm the Associate Director for Regional Recruitment at the university and the Texas Regional Director. So I actually live in the DFW area and supervise 8 other staff throughout the nation that do what I do, connect to you in your home state. So hopefully, maybe I'll see some of you this fall in your high schools. Cross the fingers. University of Pittsburgh. We're here to talk about the University of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh campus. To the right, you can see a picture of the Cathedral of Learning, the tallest educational building of higher education in the Western Hemisphere. All of you will have classes there. A couple notable alumni, Jonas Salk, who invented discovered the polio vaccine. Pitt has been heavily involved in COVID vaccine. And then a couple of other Nobel Peace Prize winner and a CNN hero 2 years back, and as an undergrad started that project. People don't realize that the University of Pittsburgh is a system. We have 3 other regional campuses that really serve more as liberal arts, smaller liberal arts, regional associated campuses, probably about 2,000 people. But we're here to talk about the Pittsburgh campus. Pittsburgh is a steel town, was a steel town. Now we talk an awful lot about eds, meds, and technology. We are a major tech center, we are a major medical center, and over 10 universities, colleges within the city of Pittsburgh. So know that when you come to Pitt, you're going to be connected to others with similar interests to drive yourself forward to the future. Another picture of the Pitt campus, everything that you can see in that picture, well, most of it is the University of Pittsburgh. In the distance, you can see downtown Pittsburgh. So we're not downtown, but we're about 3 miles away in sort of a suburb called Oakland. Pittsburgh's made up of 89 different unique neighborhoods. It's just a really cool place. We continue to be ranked the #1 public university in the Northeast. You can see the number of undergraduate majors, the 6 teaching hospitals, the degree programs that many Texans are coming to Pittsburgh for. When you apply to Pitt, you're going to apply, hopefully, I don't scare you away, right? And you're going to apply to one of our 5 direct entry undergraduate schools. The Dietrich School of Arts and Sciences has like 3,000 of our 4,200 freshmen. Business, 320 students. Engineering, about 600, 550, 600. School of Computing, 200. And the School of Nursing, which is about 120, 150. Next year, we're going to have a 6th one. I can't announce it because it has not been approved by the Board of Trustees, but I think it'll cause a lot of excitement. We also have an honors college at Pitt, one that is different than others, that they are very inclusive. They feel that all students at Pitt should be able to use the vast majority of the resources that they have and they offer. The only real advantage, or one of the big advantages, is that if you're in the cohort, you can take unlimited honors classes, and they have specialty honors housing that you could choose to live in if you want. We're also very fortunate to have 17 different highly ranked graduate schools that when a student applies for admissions, if you're offered admissions, you can also tell us, I'm also interested in a guaranteed admissions to medical school, law school, graduate school, public and international affairs. You can read them all. And so I would say, if you're remotely interested, you know that this is your first degree, take a look at the guaranteed admissions processes. We are a big time university. We function best in person. We have over 400 clubs and organizations. Name something you're interested in, and we're going to connect you to other people. We're fortunate to be in the Big 12 or the ACC athletic conference, Power 5 athletic conference. We send over 2,000 students abroad a year. Open up a map of the world, throw a dart. If it doesn't hit water, we're probably going to send you there. We teach over 30 languages at Pitt. We have a guaranteed internship program for every undergraduate student at Pitt. From day one, you have a career counselor that talks about your end game. What do you want to get out of your education? And then our students with Pitt Arts and involvement, community engagement, and impacting the world that you're going into, whether it's the campus, the city of Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania, the world, the United States, we're going to give you that opportunity. Now, our application process, I will tell you, I'm putting up this slide knowing that today we decided that these essay questions are not going to be used next year. So I apologize for that, did not have time. We don't have the questions this year, but know that the essay is very, very important to our process. Common application, coalition application, Pitt specific application, doesn't matter. Know that you have to apply, $55 application fee. We're test optional for the next 2 years, so you don't need your test. If you have them and you feel they're representative of you, then please submit them. If you don't believe they're representative of you, go test optional. And then the essays. If you want to be considered for scholarships, guarantees, the essays play a critical factor. These are our deadlines: November 1, medical school deadline, Pitt Honors, December 1, scholarships, December 15th. And with that, I conclude. So hail to Pitt, and best of luck the rest of the night.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Again, reminder to all the students and parents attending, you can ask questions all along the presentations. During each presentation, don't have to wait for the university or college you're waiting to talk to in the Q&A section. Next up, we have Temple University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mario Root. I'm the Texas Regional Recruiter for Temple University. I'm based out of the Dallas area. In addition to working for Temple, I'm a Temple dad. My son you see here in this slide is currently a junior. He's a sport management major, and he likes to tell people I followed him to college. But I love to point out that I'm a Temple dad because I had a front row seat to him finding Temple and ultimately deciding that it was the school for him. Temple's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The picture you see here is from our campus looking south towards Center City. And in Philadelphia, we don't call it downtown, it's Center City. And just one of those quirks in terminology that many cities have. We're very much a city school, yet we have a well-defined campus. And when you visit campus, one of the things that you will notice immediately are the multitude of food trucks. It's kind of a thing on our campus, and our students love them. And we have a food truck for just about anything that you would want to eat. We also have a couple of subway stops on campus, and you can get from Temple to Center City in about 6 to 8 minutes. The idea of riding a subway may seem intimidating, but Philadelphia is really easy to navigate. We're located on Broad Street, which is the main north-south artery of the city. We were founded in 1884 in the basement of the Baptist Temple, which is now the Temple University Performing Arts Center. But Dr. Russell Conwell was a noted preacher, and the story goes that one of the members of his church came up to him one day and asked to be tutored. The man said he wanted to further his education, but had to work during the day. He was a working man. Dr. Conwell invited him back in the evening, and the man returned with some friends. Those initial students were affectionately dubbed the Night Owls by the people in the community, and the name stuck, and we adopted the owl as our mascot. So we are currently 27,000 undergraduate students offering over 150 majors, so quite different from our beginnings in the basement of the church. But while we're large, we promote an environment where students feel connected to the community. evidenced by our 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and 91% of our classes having fewer than 50 students. Some noted programs, we have direct admit to our nursing program. We have a health scholars program that can provide provisional acceptance into our medical school. Our film program, students have the option of spending a year in Los Angeles and working in a movie studio. And then our sports management program, which is nationally ranked. In fact, we had a student who worked the entire NBA bubble. We had another student who worked the Cotton Bowl and the Rose Bowl bubbles as well. A fun fact about Temple is that it's home to the first PhD program in African American Studies. And in addition to all of these great academic programs, we're extremely welcoming to students who are undecided. At Temple, we are committed to students graduating in 4 years, and so we've created a program called Fly in 4. In this voluntary program, students must complete 30 credits per year and meet with an advisor at least once per semester. And Temple, we agree to make sure the advisor is available and that the classes are available. So if you're not able to graduate in 4 years because a class wasn't offered, you can take those additional classes beyond the 4th year at no cost to you. We'll pick up that cost. Experiential education is also strongly promoted. We view the city of Philadelphia as our second classroom. We're close to 150,000 graduates in the Philly area. Students have numerous opportunities to leverage those connections to land jobs and internships. In addition, we're less than 150 miles from New York, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. It's not uncommon for our students to explore those cities. For students who are interested in traveling abroad, we actually have a campus in Rome, and then we have Temple University, Japan. Our Japan campus is unique in that it is degree granting. And so students can go there for all 4 years if they want. On our Rome campus, we offer a first-year program where students can spend their first year of college in Rome, then transition to the main campus. And both of those campuses can be utilized as traditional study abroad. And if you aren't interested in Rome or Temple University, Japan, we have opportunities worldwide, and an advisor in study abroad can assist you in finding an opportunity that makes sense for you. At Temple, we utilize what we call a 3-in-1 admission application. To apply, you'll be considered for 3 different things: admission, honors program, and merit scholarships. We are also in the midst of our 6th year of being test optional. And we're true test optional, meaning students who elect to apply without test scores are considered for all of the same programs as students who do submit test scores. And so that includes the honors program, that includes merit scholarships. And so we don't have an asterisk next to test optional. And so there is not an academic program on our campus that requires test scores. So if you're interested in engineering or architecture, you can apply for all of those programs test optional. We're also Common App exclusive. That is the only application that we utilize. Our early action deadline is November 1st. Our regular decision deadline is February 1st. We also require something called a self-report. And so your counselor will not have to send us a high school transcript. You are going to self-report your grades to us in our what we call TU portal system. So I look forward to working with you all. And for those of you who are looking to spread your wings a little bit, since we're owls, please, reach out to me. Let's talk, and we can talk a little bit about what Temple has to offer. Here's my contact information. Take a quick picture of it so that you can reach out. You can call or email me. More than happy to speak with you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Mario. Appreciate that. Students, don't forget you can ask questions as we go along. Next up, we have SUNY Cortland.
Hi, good evening. My name is Alyssa Ackerman. I am a senior admissions advisor here at SUNY Cortland, and I'm also a regional recruiter for the state of Texas, as well as a lot of other states. So I deal with a lot of out-of-state students. SUNY Cortland is the State University of New York. SUNY is the largest university system in the nation. We have 64 total campuses, all in the state of New York. So I'm here to talk about SUNY Cortland specifically. We are a small to medium-sized school. So we've got about 7,000 students on campus. We bring in about 1,200 freshman students each fall and 600 transfers. And then our average class size is going to be about 23. We do have some lecture style halls that are going to hold up to 200 students, but they're never full. We only fill those rooms about 2/3 2/3 of the way. So you're never going to be running late and not have a seat in the class. And then as your major comes in, or as you get into your major classes, your classes will be a little bit smaller and closer to that 20 to 23 range. Then our student to faculty ratio is 16:1. So there's always going to be a professor to talk to if you have any questions about your classes or internships or even jobs after you graduate. As far as location, we are right in the center of upstate New York. So we're about 45 minutes from Syracuse, which is going to be the biggest city, and then 45 minutes from Binghamton, and then about 20 minutes from the Finger Lakes regions. In this area, there are so many colleges, so there's always different events for college-age students. There's a ton of different bus trips that go to each college, so you're always going to be surrounded by those, by other college students, which is great. We were ranked the #1 safest campus in the state of New York, which is pretty cool. I am an alumni and I never felt unsafe on campus, but it's always nice to know, and especially for our parents to know that your student is going to be safe while they're away at college, especially if they're going to be out of state. We do have students representing 34 states in 47 countries. So while most of our students are from the state of New York, we do have students from a little bit of everywhere, which is always nice to meet new people and hear about their experiences. As far as what we're looking for our freshman class, for our out-of-state students, we're looking for 4 years of English and history, 3 years of math and science, and then 2 or 3 years of foreign language, depending on what your high school requires for your graduation. Our average GPA is going to be between an 86 and a 92, or about a solid B student. We were test optional this year and hope to continue to be test optional in the next coming years, test optional for admissions as well as our scholarships as well. As far as student expenses, what's most important on this slide is going to be that Future New Yorker award of $7,500. That is going to be per year, and that's going to be an automatic award to any of our out-of-state students. It really brings the cost between in-state and out-of-state, the gap of that cost down to almost a very similar cost. And then in your junior and senior year, if you remain living on campus, we'll give you an extra $2,000 on top of that award, which is always nice to have free money. We are a liberal arts school, so we have a lot of different majors. We have all of our teacher certification programs. We have one of the largest and most comprehensive teacher education programs in the state. And then we have a lot of our liberal arts majors. So all of our sciences, we do have pre-med, pre-law, pre-vet, pre-PT, a lot of different kind of courses that go that way. And a lot of those students will major in one of our sciences or 2 of our sciences. And then sports management, musical theater, speech and hearing science. And then I like to mention all of our ologies, so criminology, psychology, and so on and so forth. Some of our more popular majors, but each and every major has something specific and special about them. A lot of our majors are going to require an internship opportunity. Not all do, but there always is room in your schedule to do an internship or an externship. We do have partnerships with the ABC Network, NFL. We did used to host the Jets training camp. So we have a pretty good partnership with them. And a lot of our sports management students do work with the NFL or the MLB or the NBA and get to see that professional level of sports, which is pretty cool. And they always love doing that and come back and share their stories, as well as all those other big companies that you can see. We have a lot of alumni all over that love to bring our new graduates under their wing. We also have a ton of student clubs. So all of our majors and minors have their own club. We have sign language club. We have a student-led podcast, radio show, magazine. We have sororities and fraternities on campus, as well as dancing, singing. We have a Harry Potter club. We have a Nerf club, and things just keep on coming on campus. It only takes 3 students and a faculty member to create a club, which is something I always like to mention. So there's always new clubs coming on campus. If there's something that you want to start, you certainly can, and I'm sure students will enjoy that. We are a D3 school, so we have 25 varsity sports teams. We also have club and intramural. So depending on how interested in playing sports you are, we have a little bit for everyone. We are a big sports school, meaning that most of our student body and faculty members and alumni come to a lot of our sporting events. Not saying that all of our students are sports players. You certainly don't have to be. There's something out there for everyone. We do have 131 national championships under our belt and continue to gain more each and every year. Our Student Life Center is one of the newest buildings on campus, and it's a multi-million-dollar project. And this is everything to do with fitness. So we have an indoor lap pool, hot tub, indoor rock wall, a suspended track. We have a yoga room, a CrossFit room, a cycling room, a meditation room, and all sorts of different things. We also have a gaming room, so Xbox, PlayStation, Wii, whatever you want. And then our outdoor pursuits is in this building as well. So you can rent kayaks, skis, snowboards, tents, whatever you want to do to be active outside of this. And that's always a big hit with our students. And then I will leave you with my contact information if you want to take a picture of this. I'm happy to help you in any way. And I hope you enjoyed this little blurb about SUNY Cortland.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Next up, we've got Penn State University.
Hi guys, my name is Felicia Weidman and I am the Penn State admissions representative for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Jordan from the University Park Admissions Office is with me and we are Penn State. Penn State is a large university in Pennsylvania. It's part of the Big Ten Sports Education and Research Cooperative. In sports, we have 29 different Division I sports and an amazing marching blue band. Penn State is unique in that Sorry about that. I'm Felicia Weidman. Jordan from the University Park Admissions Office is with me, and together we are Penn State. Penn State is part of the Big Ten Sports Education and Research Cooperative. We're a large university in Pennsylvania. In sports, we host 29 different Division I sports and an amazing marching blue band. Penn State is unique in that we are one university with 20 different physical locations. Our flagship campus is at the University Park in Happy Valley in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains. We have more than 40,000 undergraduates there. Our other 19 campuses are spread throughout the state. All of them offer four-year degrees and all of them are Penn State, not Penn State dash anything. This unique setup allows us to offer a 2+2 program. You can spend 2 years at a smaller, less competitive, less expensive campus and the last 2 years at University Park. So you have many choices structuring your experience. We accept about 8,000 freshmen at University Park where you can spend all 4 years, or we accept about 8,000 freshmen combined at all of our other campuses. About 2/3 of them will choose to be on the 2+2 plan and end up at University Park their junior and senior years. Or you can also stay all 4 years at a smaller campus location if your degree is offered there. Our campus information is on our website. Throughout the Penn State system, we offer over 275 different academic programs. I'd like to highlight a few that are popular with Texas students. In arts and architecture, we have a top-ranked musical theater program, and our architecture program offers a 5-year Barch March degree plan. Smeal College of Business is top-ranked among job recruiters according to Business Week magazine. The Belisario College of Communications has all new buildings and state-of-the-art equipment. Students are bused into New York City and Washington, D.C. 2 times per year to interview with top media companies in a unique on-site college fair hosted by the college. We have 18 engineering programs across earth and mineral sciences and engineering. 1 in 50 engineers in the U.S. is a Penn State engineer. Aviation Week has named us a preferred provider for mechanical and aerospace engineers. Also, the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences has a top-rated meteorology program. Nursing is a direct admit program at 7 different campuses, including University Park. Eberly College of Science is one of our most popular academic colleges for Texas students. In addition to our pre-med and accelerated pre-med programs that some of you will have questions about, students love our forensic science as well as many of our top-ranked physical sciences. As a top-ranked research university, you will have the opportunity to participate in research as an undergraduate should you choose. Finally, all of our academic and physical location colleges provide the opportunity to be a part of the Schreier Honors College, which offers many benefits, including a $5,000 scholarship each year. Penn State encourages study abroad. We share more than 300 study abroad programs with the Big Ten. Best of all, we offer in-state tuition for our out-of-state students for the abroad semester. There's so much to do at a large university. We offer over 1,200 plus clubs, including academic interest, philanthropic, ethnic, religious, Greek life, sports clubs, and intramurals. Thon, our dance marathon, is the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, raising over $10 million for pediatric cancer patients and research every year. Some final stats worth mentioning. Penn State is a top 1% university in the world, according to Center for World University Rankings. A recent LinkedIn analysis of the backgrounds of CEOs yielded Penn State as #2 for graduates who eventually become CEOs. And finally, our alumni. We have the largest living alumni association in the world, nearly 750,000. Everywhere I go and wear my gear, recently in London, someone will yell, "We are," and the other reply, "Penn State." You can get more information on admissions at admissions.psu.edu. Our application opens on August 1st, and we are test optional until 2023, except for our accelerated pre-med medical program. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Felicia. Appreciate that. Again, students and parents, feel free to ask questions as we go along in the Q&A box. Next up, we have Rebecca with Dickinson College.
All right, there we go. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Rebecca Chernia. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Dickinson. Dickinson College is a small liberal arts college located in Pennsylvania, so not traveling too far away from Penn State. We are located in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is in central PA. So to help orient you a little bit, that is central PA, and we're about 30 minutes outside of Harrisburg, which is the capital of the state. In relation to other big East Coast metro areas, we're about 2 hours away from DC, 2 hours away from Philly, and then about 3 hours away from New York City. So while we're removed from the hustle and bustle of a major metropolitan area, our students do still have access to those really great cities. Carlisle itself is a small but vibrant town. It's home to about 20,000 people, and the college itself is situated right in the heart of that downtown. So it's not like we are out in the middle of nowhere and you need to drive, many miles to get to a town. We are truly right there. So this works really well for our students in that they can take advantage of the resources both happening on campus and then the things happening in the town off campus. One thing that really surprises people about Carlisle is the abundance of really good food. We have a very robust local food scene. So whatever you're in the mood for, if you just want your classic American fare, if you want Japanese noodles, Nepalese food, Belgian food, that is all within walking distance of campus, which is pretty cool. To give a quick overview of our history, because it actually is history that's very relevant to where the college is today. We were the first college formed in the newly created United States, so we are certainly a very old school. We were founded by Benjamin Rush, who is a very interesting person. If you need a Wikipedia rabbit hole to fall down, I highly recommend you look him up. And a lot of the things that he believed education should be and the purpose that it should serve in society, we very much hold on to today. So at this point in time, we do have 4 pillars of a Dickinson education. So for us, no matter what a student is studying, no matter what they want to do in life after graduation, we want them to leave being global, sustainable, future focused, and engaged. And I'll talk about 2 more of those pillars a little bit later on in my spiel. We are, like I said at the beginning, we are a small liberal arts college. So we have about 2,300 students studying 45 different programs and participating in over 120 clubs and organizations. So not only do we have robust academics, we have a robust student life as well. The key numbers to know is with that smaller student body size, we do have robust infrastructure to support our students. So average class size is around 14 students. The vast majority of our classes do not exceed 30 students. And then our student faculty ratio is 8:1. To kind of describe the academic experience, again, no matter what you are studying, your classes will be hands-on, they're going to be collaborative. If you are the type of person that enjoys building relationships with your teachers, that is a very common experience to have at Dickinson as well. And then, like I said, I was going to talk kind of about 2 of those pillars. The first one being global. So global means a few different things at Dickinson. You're going to see it in the diversity of the courses you have access to. You're going to see it in our foreign language requirements. So this is a little bit different. For all of our students, no matter what you're studying, we're going to look to get you to at least the intermediate level of a secondary language. If you are studying something like international business and management, you're actually going to go even higher than that. We do have 13 different languages for students to choose from, so there is certainly something for everybody. And then when people hear global, they always think study abroad, and that is certainly a really big deal for us as well. So about 65% of our students will study abroad, which is leaps and bounds above the national average of 10%. We do also have robust populations of our student athletes and our science majors studying abroad. Historically, those are actually two very underrepresented populations in abroad programs. And even our science major percentage has gone up. So that's now 57% instead of the 46 you see here. And then our student athletes study abroad at about the same rate as our non-student athlete population. Combined with programs offered by the college and offered through our partner organizations, you'll have over 50 different study abroad options to choose from. Most of those are going to be semester-long programs, but depending on what you're studying and where you want to go, you can stay abroad for up until a year as well. And then the other pillar I wanted to touch on is sustainability. This is really important to us as well. As you can see from this bottom bar at the bottom of the slide, we did achieve our goal of becoming carbon neutral in 2020, which we are really excited and really proud of. That was probably took us over a decade, I would say, to achieve that goal. So it's something that's been in the works for quite a long time. And like I said, something that we're very, very proud of. So of course, you're going to see the LEED certified buildings on campus. You're going to see the recycling bins, but maybe some things you wouldn't expect to see is our college farm. This is a slightly unique experience to have, especially at a liberal arts college. For those students who are interested in just kind of learning about, food supply chains, learning a little bit more about agriculture, it's a great volunteer opportunity. For those students who are looking to pursue maybe more aggressively a career in agriculture, there is an apprenticeship program as well. We do also have a beehives on campus. So if you've ever wanted to try beekeeping, there's also some really great opportunities that come along with that. And then just to kind of sum up on everything that happens life after graduation, our students go on to do all different types of things, and they have some really great experiential learning opportunities. As far as our admission process goes, we are a holistic review process with deadlines of November 15th for early decision 1 and then January 15th for regular decision 2. As you can tell, I can talk about Dickinson forever, so I look forward to answering your questions in the chat.
Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate that very much. Our final presenting institution tonight is Colgate University.
Terrific. Thank you, Jeff. My name is Erin Millen. I'm an Associate Dean of Admission here at Colgate. I'm really glad to be here speaking with you all about Colgate University. I also want to introduce one of our senior interns, Ellie. Ellie, could you say hello and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Ellie Casera, and I am a senior, a member of the class of 2021 at Colgate.
Great. Again, we're excited to talk to you a little bit about Colgate, and please, if you have any questions after today, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Colgate is a small liberal arts institution with just under 3,000 students. We offer 56 different majors, 200 different clubs and organizations in Division I athletics. We're a small school, and given that we have the Division I athletics, I think you kind of see that caliber of opportunity really across the board. So student athletes are competing at the highest level, but in terms of the access to opportunities like research or off-campus study that students have access to, it's really strong. And I think there are opportunities that you might see at a bigger university as a result. 77% of our students come from outside of New York State. We have 77 different countries represented in the student body, so it's a very global place. We're located in upstate New York. We're SUNY Cortland's neighbor. Syracuse is the largest city. Hamilton, New York is a small town, and it's definitely part of the Colgate community and Colgate campus.
So Colgate is a liberal arts institution. I myself am a psychology major. I'm just straight up psychology, but I would say I'm a part of the minority. Most students here will choose to either double major, include a minor in whatever they're studying. It is very common here to double major in something like chemistry and English, or be on a pre-med track and have a history major. Those kinds of combinations may seem obscure, but they are definitely celebrated here. So there's tons of opportunity to do research. The average class size is about 17 students, and all of my classes basically throughout my 4 years here have been right around that size, aside from a few of the introductory level, more lecture style type classes. And academically speaking, I think my favorite aspect has been that I have had extremely close relationships with every single one of my professors, attending their office hours, even having relationships with them outside of the classroom. That's really what has made my academic experience here so special.
I think that sense of community is something that's a real Colgate signature, and it's so important. And that sense of community, I think, happens because this is home for 4 years. We're residential. Students who come to Colgate, they will study hard, but this is also their home. It's where they live for 4 years. And I think that connection to one another and community, it really extends beyond their 4 years. So our alumni are still very much a part of this community and part of this place and part of your experience. They're really invested in making sure that students have a really wonderful college experience. They're definitely loyal. There's a lot of spirit. And so they're definitely part of our community. I really like this slide because you get to see a picture of just a scene from downtown, the village of Hamilton. And again, this is a place where students are so active. They're so involved. There's a lot happening. And sometimes they're doing things that they did in high school, but this is also a place for them to realize new possibilities and to try new things as well.
So Erin mentioned a little while ago, Colgate is a Division I school. Athletically, we are part of the Patriot League, but that's pretty unique to us because of our small size. So it kind of brings a special sense of community in that sense that we are very passionate, very high in school spirit, as well as tradition, but students are extremely involved on campus, aside from just athletics, of course, from anything from multicultural groups, volunteer groups, club sports, Greek letter organizations. I've definitely kind of played around and tried a ton of different things at Colgate that I didn't expect to, but something that I love about Colgate students is that all of us really do wear many hats. You'll never meet someone that is only a D1 athlete or only involved in Greek life. Students definitely love taking advantage of many different aspects of campus. We do have tons of student organizations that put on student involvement fairs at the beginning of each semester. But if there is a club that you're not interested in or that you would like to start, it's very easy to do so with just a few student signatures and a faculty sponsor. You can very easily create a new club here. It's kind of a perk of being in a small location and having those resources to really make the experience your own.
Students are really prepared for the world after their 4 years. And really we start prompting students to think about just from the start of their Colgate experience, what they might do after graduation. This is where alumni are really fantastic mentors. We have 140 different formal recruiting partners. Companies, organizations, graduate schools, they know about Colgate students and they know how incredible they are and how they'll be able to contribute to their organization. So again, students are really well positioned for success after their 4 years because they're experts in their field, but they also know about community and they know about leadership. So there are many resources right from the start that students can take advantage of. So they're prepared for the world after Colgate. It's an exciting time to be a member of the campus community. Again, you can see a shot of downtown Hamilton here. We really love our town. We love our campus. And it's an exciting time to be a Colgate student. We're an old institution. We have 200 years. We were founded in 1819. And as we're starting our first years of our third century, students are actively a part of what that's going to look like and what that's going to be. And we hope that you'll consider being a part of it. So you can apply to Colgate using the Common application or the Coalition application. Our deadlines are on the screen here. We are committed to being a test optional institution for the next 2 years. And again, we encourage you to reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, ladies. Appreciate that. Well, students and attendees, please feel free to continue to ask questions. But at this time, I will ask all of the institutions to come back on camera. And before we wrap up here, I thought it would be a fun little project to go through a quick question. So I'm going to ask each institution to give me one, maybe two if you want to, but one or two if you can't decide, interesting or fun fact about your school. So we will go in order that we presented. So Tom, I'll let you run us off, start us off, with Pittsburgh.
Oh, the couple that I find just fascinating. One, we were founded in 1787, so the Constitution of the United States is being signed, and we're educating people. That's pretty cool. The history within the city is absolutely amazing and on campus. And the other thing is discovery, the MRI. was discovered or helped invented at Pitt. I talked about the polio vaccine, and there's just a drive at campus that's pretty neat. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Very fun. Mario, what about Temple?
Well, I have a couple. One's kind of funny, one's a lot more serious. We have researchers associated with Temple University Hospital that are very, very close to finding what we feel is going to be a cure to HIV. And so they're at the cutting edge of that. And our students get to participate in that type of research. The other one that's kind of funny, where our school began in the basement of the church is now the Temple University Performing Arts Center. If you take the first letter of each of those things, Temple University Performing Arts Center, you get the name of a pretty famous rapper. And so that's kind of funny because that comes out to Tupac. So anyway, those are my.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. SUNY, what do you think about you guys? SUNY Cortland, excuse me.
I'm going to go towards the athletic route of fun facts. Our rival football game against Ithaca College, Cortica, is played at MetLife Stadium. So all of our fans and football players get to play on an NFL field. And this year we broke the record for the most ticket sales for a D3 collegiate game, which is pretty cool.
Very fun. Very fun. Penn State.
I'm going to go with, since I'm a Penn State 1985 alumni graduate of the College of Engineering and Industrial Engineering, I'm going to go with 1 in 50 engineers in the United States is a Penn State engineer. And that just goes along with the pride that we have for having the largest living alumni association in the country. So.
Very interesting. Rebecca, Dickinson College.
Yeah, so like I said at the end of my little presentation, our alums end up going out into the world in all different kinds of fields. So some names that you might recognize going way back is our 15th president, James Buchanan, is actually a Dickinson alum. But being a little bit more current, the founder of Justin's Nut Butters, so the one who's probably tempting you with those peanut butter cups at Starbucks, Justin Gold, he's a Dickinson alum, as well as the current CEO of LL Bean, Steve Smith.
Very fun. And then ladies, wrap us up from Colgate. What would you say this evening?
Ellie, what do you think?
Probably the number 13 is our lucky number here. We were founded in 1819 by 13 men with $13 and 13 prayers. And 13 is now our lucky number, even though it's unlucky everywhere else. It definitely incorporates itself into campus in many ways. Probably most prominently, every Friday the 13th is International Colgate Day, self-proclaimed. So yeah, even though it's an unlucky day when it comes up everywhere else, it's a fun day on campus and throughout the whole Colgate alumni network as well.
Very fun. Very fun. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening on behalf of the 6 institutions and StriveScan. Really appreciate your participation. At the end of here, there will be a quick survey. Would appreciate your feedback. Again, stay safe. Have a great evening. Good luck in your college search. Have a good one. Bye-bye.